Hey, this is Jeff, the garage guy again. I've been working on your plan today. Um, I've been doing a lot of give and take because I'm trying to work with a certain budget that you gave me today. And I'm quite attached to obviously the plan that we had, and I know you kind of are too, but a little over the top. I can understand that. So I went through and I designed a new system here that's basically the same, but I kept taking things away. Then I realized I needed to add something to, keep it really nice looking. So I take another thing away, and I went back and forth for a while. And hopefully you like what I've come up with here. The major changes that you can see here from the top view are, there's no more floating soffit over top of the window here because the cabinets are no longer tall enough. You'll see that in a minute. I ended up getting rid of part of your U-shaped counter. It was just, I had to keep plugging away and knocking things off of here, so I thought that might be, that was a good way for me to actually make up for some of the other ideas that I had in your garage. And it gives you a little more space to actually, you had mentioned, you never know, you might even put a comfortable chair over here. So, there might be a chance that, when you look back at this after your garage is done, that you're glad we didn't put a counter here. So we'll see what you think. Let's start by taking a view of the garage. All right. This is the angled view, kind of the same view that I sent you the other day with the black and white floor, and you were able to see the black shiny cabinets. It does a good job of showing pretty much everything I got going on in the garage. One thing that I wanted to do, let's start with this list here. We'll start with cabinets, and I'll go through and I'll tell you what we've given up with cabinets, and I actually added some things. So let's start over here on the left corner. These cabinets down here, they used to be 84 inches tall, and then there was a skinny pinstripe, and then we had another set of cabinets. Well, these cabinets here are 90 inches tall. So we didn't just take away the upper cabinets, I also made the lower cabinets a little taller, like the cabinets over on the right wall. So we got our 5 cabinets along this wall, 6 cabinets actually. Each cabinet is still 30 inches wide, 24 inches deep, and now they're 90 inches tall instead of 84 inches tall. I removed the 2 cabinets under this counter completely. And I made this counter thicker. It was an 1.5 inch thick counter, but by me making it 3 inches, the metal work can't possibly be that much more. So I just assumed it would be the same. And I'll just put literally 3 inches of solid material in here so I can make this span without cabinets and still have a really strong solid countertop. So we got the floating counter, and this might be a space you appreciate later too, because sometimes you have odd items, you just need to park somewhere. So that's what we have there. The bases, they remain the same, and then the accent panels are the same. I'm sorry, I should stay on focus. Let's stay with the cabinets. Going along this wall with the cabinets, nothing has changed on this refrigerator wall whatsoever. And then when you go into the cozy area, we used to have 3 cabinets of assorted sizes here, and now we have 3 cabinets that are 30 inches wide. So you actually have more cabinet space than you did before here. So we got 3 cabinets that are 30 inches wide on these uppers, 12 inches deep, and the 31 1/4 tall. And then underneath that, I changed these cabinets up a little bit too. I got rid of the drawers and put a regular cabinet there. So over here we have a 36-inch wide cabinet, and then we have a 30-inch wide cabinet, and then we have a 36-inch wide cabinet. Now, there's absolutely no cabinetry going back into the corner like there was before. This is just an empty spot that we'll never be able to get to again, which is fine. You have plenty of cabinet space. So there's no blind corner cabinet going into the corner anymore. And then going across the back wall here, we still have the same 2 really nice tool cabinets, I'll call it, with the 6 drawers. And then we have another cabinet that's 24 inches wide to the right side of that. And of course, like I said, we have no more L coming out. So that's what we did with the cabinetry. So what you've lost was cabinets down here, drawers, and the L shape over here, and all the uppers over here. But you've gained some upper cabinet space over here. Okay, cabinet accents. Let's talk about what we did and how it affected price with that. Well, with the price, you'll be able to see how it affected it with your printout. But I removed the now no longer existing kind of a pinstripe accent that used to go between the lowers and the uppers. That's all that changed on this wall here, and nothing at all has changed on the accents on the refrigerator wall. Now on the cozy area, a lot's changed with the accents. What I've done here is I kept the accent going over top of these upper cabinets, but then I got rid of it. And this doesn't show it too well, but essentially that ends. There's no more floating shelf that goes across here, but I wanted to continue the look, so I have a flat piece, just an accent trim that's the same thickness as the accent panels or giant thick shelves that go on top of the cabinets. And these are just pieces of trim that tie in at the same height, just to kind of complete the look. Otherwise it'd look like we were missing something at the top of the store wall. So that's pretty much what we got with the accents. You've gained some accents on the store wall, which I'll talk about in a minute, and I removed a lot of the accents that weren't completely necessary. Now if you get lighting put in, it'll just be put into the ceiling now instead of into these floating shelves. I think it'll still be good. Cabinet bases. We have a few less bases, so the price of the bases have gone down some. Extruded handles, those are these aluminum handles, go top to bottom. There's less cabinets, less handles. The stainless counter, the price has gone down a bit on the stainless because we got rid of the small part of the U over here. The raised deck floor. The black and white raised deck floor, I'm sure it'll still look great, but I was just seeing this white and this silver stainless look, and I thought that the white and alloy or silver floor that we do might look better. It still gives it that real classic checkerboard look. I think it just ties in kind of nice with the silver, but obviously we can do any color you want on the floor. But I think it looks good. The store wall hasn't changed too much. I did remove a big part of store wall that was here, where there used to be cabinets. I kind of had this whole U-shaped thing going on. I've removed the store wall along with the cabinets, but of course I've added this pinstripe. I got the pinstripe that going all the way around the garage now. The reason is it just gives the garage a really nice look, and you'll be able to use it, of course. Store wall is very useful whether you're hanging an umbrella by the door or whatnot, but I wanted to paint the walls a really bold but bright color, and whether or not this color is your taste, we can change that, but I wanted to do a bold color, and the bold color just needed this accent pinstripe in my opinion. So we have this accent going around everywhere in the garage. That should look really sharp. And then I added painting walls, which caused me to have to subtract some things because I really wanted to get your walls painted to make these white cabinets really pop out, and I think it's done a good job of that. So it says paint walls and concrete. That means I would be painting the drywall. We could paint a nice bold color for this price. We'll have to do a couple of coats, and we'll have to cut in real nice around the trim. And also I'll be painting the concrete. Now that includes your step, and there's exposed concrete going around different areas at the bottom of your garage wall. So I would also paint that as well. I'd probably paint that a dark gray. You can see a little bit under here between the workbench. So I hope you like the plan. I'm pretty excited about it. Just give me your feedback as soon as you get a chance, and I appreciate the feedback you gave me earlier, and I look forward to hearing back. Thanks.